They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You gonna hear about my parties. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arrested.
Was a menace. Can you imagine? He could do those things in a sacred place.
Let me tell you something, and that's why people get on my nerves talking about who you should be seen with.
But for him to be at a Diddy party, I don't know. If Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be two reasons: money or sex. That's all that happens at Diddy parties.
Y'all, buckle up because this story is about to get wild. You think you've heard all the crazy stuff about Diddy's infamous free calls, but honey, it gets worse. The FBI has been digging deeper into this scandal, and now it turns out that some of the most shocking parties may have involved megachurch pastors. Yes, you heard that right. Diddy's freaky parties may have gone down in megachurches, with some of your favorite pastors allegedly on the guest list. This is a story you don't want to miss because the internet is buzzing with rumors, and we're here to spill all the tea.
If Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be two reasons: money or sex. That's all that happens at Diddy parties: money and sex.
Girl, we've heard wild stuff about Diddy before, but this right here, it takes the cake. Allegedly, the FBI might have discovered that some of these freak-offs happened in megachurches, with pastors invited to join in the debauchery. Diddy and these pastors have reportedly been rubbing shoulders for years, and the scandal just keeps getting messier. You won't believe the lengths some people went to keep this quiet. It's giving Eyes Wide Shut meets Sunday service, and we're here to break it all down. Now, you might be wondering, how in the world did we get here? How did a hip-hop mogul like Diddy end up hosting freaky parties involving megachurch pastors? Well, honey, it all started when the FBI raided Diddy's homes earlier this year. Now, I respect your time. I assume you already know about that, but let me keep it short. They found some serious dirt, drugs, tapes, baby oil, don't ask. And now, rumors are flying about his deep connections with powerful figures in the church. The internet has been ablaze with accusations that some of these parties took place in sacred spaces. So, let's dive into what exactly went down and how the FBI is tying megachurches into this mess. Let's rewind for a moment. In case you missed it, Diddy has been in hot water ever since the FBI raided his homes in Los Angeles and Miami back in March 2024. What they found was scandalous enough: controlled substances, secret tapes, and over 1,000 bottles of baby oil, allegedly used during these multi-day freak-offs where drugs and coercion were rampant. But here's where it gets juicier. Recent rumors suggest that some of these ungodly parties might have been hosted in none other than megachurches. And now, if you've never been to a Diddy party, let me show you a clip, honey, how big beds are placed in his parties.
The world. Love, love, love. Good morning.
Good morning.
Anyway, as I told you, Diddy's connections to some of the biggest names in the church world are coming into question. So, what exactly are these rumors about megachurches? According to whispers swirling around the internet, Diddy has been closely linked to some high-profile pastors for years. You've got pastors like T.D. Jakes and others who allegedly have been spending close time with Diddy at private events. Some claim that Diddy even used his relationship with these pastors to soften the blow of his public image during the past legal battles, including his infamous lawsuit with singer Cassie. And now, rumors suggest that some of these freak-offs may have taken place in their places, with some church figures in attendance. But wait, why would megachurch pastors be involved in Diddy's scandals? According to allegations, Diddy has long maintained close ties with powerful religious figures to protect his reputation. People are saying that he's used these connections to both rehabilitate his public image and allegedly get them to partake in his wild freak-off parties. These events were said to involve everything from drugs to coercion, and now the FBI is supposedly investigating whether megachurches were ever used as venues for these debaucherous gatherings or not. And honey, if the rumors are true, the fallout could be huge. We're talking about pastors who've been known to preach about morality and faith being linked to parties that are anything but holy. The internet is having a field day with this, and we've got some juicy details for you. But hold up, this story isn't just about the parties. Some sources are saying that Diddy may have actually used the influence of certain pastors to silence his accusers over the years. In fact, the FBI is reportedly looking into whether these pastors helped Diddy cover up some of his more scandalous activities. If true, this could expose not just Diddy, but some of the biggest religious leaders in the country. Remember when Diddy was linked to Bishop T.D. Jakes? People have long speculated about their relationship, but now some are wondering if Jakes or others ever participated in these infamous freak-offs, or at least turned a blind eye. And it doesn't stop there. There are whispers that Diddy might have even used some megachurches as safe spaces for his illicit activities. But could this be true? We don't know for sure, but the internet is buzzing, and where there's smoke, there's usually fire. And as Diddy's ex-bodyguard Gene Deal said, why would there be religious men at these ungodly parties, right?
And why would a religious man like himself be at a party which ain't nothing but sin that's going on, bruh? Whether it's drinking, maybe fornicating, maybe, like I said, men on men, women on women. It's hard to put in perspective unless he's involving himself what is actually going on at the parties.
Now, let's get into the facts. While nothing has been 100% confirmed, federal prosecutors have officially charged Diddy with racketeering and sex trafficking in relation to these freak-offs. The indictments describe these events as elaborate and highly produced, involving everything from drugs to secret recordings. Some attendees allegedly didn't even know they were being filmed. So when people start talking about pastors being there, well, let's just say it makes the story even messier. Whether these church leaders were active participants or simply used by Diddy to clean up his mess, it's a scandal that's shaking both the entertainment world and religious circles. Here's the spiciest part of the rumor mill though. It's been said that Diddy kept recordings of these parties. Yes, even the ones involving high-profile figures like megachurch leaders. These tapes could be used as leverage, potentially explaining why so many people have stayed silent about Diddy's actions for so long. Allegedly, these recordings show everything from illegal drug use to inappropriate behavior with underage victims. If these tapes ever see the light of day, we could be looking at one of the biggest scandals to ever rock both Hollywood and the church. And speaking of religious figures, honey, don't forget that Diddy used to invite politicians and officials to his parties too.
But all this is bigger than Diddy. It's bigger than Diddy, bruh. Cause you know who else they was doing investigation on during that whole time period? It was the mayor and the politicians in New York City.
As you can imagine, social media is going crazy over this. People are shocked, disgusted, and also low-key entertained by the sheer absurdity of it all. One Twitter user posted, "Megachurch pastors at freak-offs? I need to sit down. My brain can't handle this level of messy." Another user tweeted, "If this is true, Diddy and these pastors are going down. And honestly, I'm grabbing my popcorn for it." The memes are relentless, and the internet sleuths are digging deep, trying to find out which pastor might have been involved. But while some are laughing, others are horrified. One commenter wrote, "This just proves how corrupt everything is, from Hollywood to the church. If Diddy had pastors on his payroll, what does that say about the state of the world?" The reactions are a mix of disbelief, outrage, and pure shock. Here's something not everyone is talking about. If these accusations about the pastors turn out to be true, it could forever change the way we view both megachurches and celebrity culture. For years, people have speculated about the blurred line between fame, power, and religion. But this scandal could expose it all. If these church leaders really were part of Diddy's world, it raises serious questions about what else has been hidden behind closed doors. And y'all, this might just be the tip of the iceberg. Speaking of iceberg, a latest video is resurfacing, which is literally 7 years old, when you can get a glimpse of a Diddy party.
What's up? What's up? Okay, cool. Hey, yo.
What we got?
When are you gonna go live? Call us to go live. Call for about you gotta do a little splash of French vanilla. Where's the salt? We got French Montana here.
So, what's next for Diddy and these pastors? Well, we're all waiting to see if the FBI confirms any of these wild rumors. If they do, the fallout could be catastrophic. Not only could Diddy face life in prison, some of these countries' biggest religious leaders might also find themselves facing serious charges. This scandal is far from over, and we'll be keeping an eye on every juicy development. Honestly, this whole thing feels like a plot straight out of a movie. The combination of Hollywood and megachurch pastors, it's almost too wild to be real. One fan commented, "This is about to be the biggest takedown in modern history. Diddy, pastors, Hollywood, the whole 9 yards." And honestly, we're inclined to agree. Whether or not these rumors are true, the internet is abuzz and people are watching closely to see what happens next. So, what do y'all think? Are these allegations about Diddy and megachurch pastors too wild to believe? Or is there more to the story that we're only beginning to uncover? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to keep the updates coming, make sure to stick around for our next video.